All right, well, hello, this is Mrs. Robertson, and we're going to start today off by grading yesterday's assignment. These are the answers to page 133. You had to do 1 to 9 all. The answer to number 1 is 50%. Number 2, n equals 140. And yes, you have to show your equation. You have to show the work and the answer. Equation, work, answer. 3 parts to this. Let's go to number 3. What number n is means equals, change your percent to a decimal, 0.65 times 98. Well, that's your equation, and you just multiply it, and when you do, you get 63 7/10. It's said to round to the nearest tenth. Okay? And yes, you can use calculators on your quiz tomorrow. In number 4, find 39% of 65. 0.39 times 65 gives us what we need. And when you multiply, you get 20, and you can use any variable. It doesn't have to be n. But when you multiply and round it to the tenths, you're going to get 25.4 equals n. Find 42% or 24% of 25. 0.24 times 25, and that gives you your answer, and 6 equals n. 24% of 25 is 6. What number is means equals, change your percent to a decimal, and another simply multiplying one, and you get 249 1/10. Any questions on these? Question? Okay. Let's go on to 7, 8, and then 9. Reuben bought 6 new books for his collection. This increased his collection by 12%. How many books did he have before his purchase? Okay. So in this problem, this is like example 4. So if you look at example 4, they change their percent to a decimal, and it's a whole, and that is your part. So here, when we do this, you change your percent to a decimal, 0.12, okay, times the whole equals, times W equals 6 new books, okay? So how many books did he have before his purchase? So we divide both sides by 0.12, and W equals 6 divided by equals 50. He had 50 books. All right. Now his new total is 56. If you add the new books to the old books, he has a total of 56 books. Let's look at number 8. A store sold 550 video games during the month of December. If this made up 12.5% of its yearly video game sales, about how many video games did the store sell all year? Well, change your percent to a decimal, 0.125 times the whole year equals 550. Okay, then divide both sides by 0.125, and for the whole year, you're going to get 4,400 games. Now let's look at number 9. In problem number 9, this one is a little harder. It's one of those persevere problems. That means it could be take a little longer to do. It does have a house, so that means the answer is in the back of your book. It says About what percent of viewers watch comedy, jokes, and bloopers? Here it is. So 52.54 out of 142. So if you have 52.54, I'll be honest, kids, on this one it's easiest to do like a proportion. The part over the total, and these are million, equals percent over 100. It didn't say you had to use the equation on that, but on this one, you would end up with, or actually you just divide 52.54 divided by 142. And you get 0.37, which is 37%. The answer is going to be 37%. About what percent watch news stories? Here, you're going to have 44.02 divided by the whole amount, 142. And when you divide 44.02 by 142, you get 0.31, which is 31%. Any questions on how to do the equations? Of means multiply, is means equals. Okay, so now we're going to go to our new lesson, and it is the percent of change. All right, we are ready to do percent of change. This is page 143. We don't have time because it's a short day today due to the testing we did this morning. So we're going to skip page 143 and go to page 144. Percent of change. What does that mean? It has a formula, and the formula is really easy. A percent of change is a ratio that compares the change in quantity to the original amount. So all you do, amount of change over the original amount. That's all that this formula is. And then it gives you a decimal, and you change your decimal to a percent. Let's go straight down to example 1. Find the percent of change in the cost of gasoline from 1980 to 2010. Round to the nearest whole percent if necessary. So kids, it's difference over original. Now the original means what it was first. Okay? So, here, find the amount of increase. Well, you subtract. It's $1.65. Do you see how they got $1.65? Subtract. And you put it over the original. Which one happened first? The $1.30. Now, all you do in your calculator is divide that. $1.65 divided by $1.30 equals 1.50. Yes, I think I didn't divide it right there. You subtract and divide. 1.65 divided by 1.3 gives you 1.269. Now, 1.269 is going to round this to, and then you have to move it 2 places to the right to make it a percent. So it's going to be 127% because the 9 turned the 6 into a 7. So that's your percent of change. Now, did it increase in price or decrease in price? So it's a percent increase. So it's 127% increase. Those are things that they'll ask you on the quiz tomorrow too. Let's go to look at example number 2. It says, this person bought a DVD recorder for $280. Now it is on sale for $220. Find the percent of change in the price. Round to the nearest whole percent if necessary. Step 1, you subtract. You get $60. Step 2, put it over the original amount. What was the original amount? $280. Then when you divide, you're going to get 0.21. I think they rounded it. And then you have to change your decimal to a percent, 21%. Now, was that an increase or a decrease in price? Decrease. So that's how you determine if it's an increase or a decrease. All right, class, I would like for you to do A and B right now, and then we'll go over the answers, and then we'll look at the next part, which is percent error. There will not be any percent error on your quiz. We might not even go over percent error. We'll see how much time we have.